Hello everybody. Welcome back to the channel. And without an ado that is further, let's jump right into it. Uniswap Labs has announced plans to release a new self-custody mobile wallet that will offer users the ability to swap on layer 1 or layer 2 networks without having to switch blockchains. According to Uniswap Labs, the wallet will allow users to check price charts and search for any token without various networks, including Ethereum, Polygon, Arbitrum, and Optimism. To ensure maximum security, Uniswap Labs worked with Trail of Bits, for the audit of the wallet. Additionally, the seed phrases and private keys of both imported and newly created wallets will be encrypted and stored on devices using Apple's secure enclave, which is excluded from device backups. Uniswap also shared that users will be able to manually store their seed phrases with a paper copy or encrypt and store it on iCloud. I would never store my seed phrase in any cloud. I don't even care if it's an iCloud. That just doesn't sound too smart. Here's the tweet for it right here. It says, introducing the Uniswap mobile wallet. And it says, now available as a limited early release through Apple Test Flight. No idea what that is, but I'm pretty sure that it's a thing. Despite having its first build approved in October, Uniswap Labs has faced issues with Apple's App Store regarding its mobile wallet. Although other self-custody swapping wallets have been approved, the final build on Uniswap's mobile wallet was rejected by Apple just a few days before its planned December 2022 launch. Uniswap Labs shared that it has responded to Apple's concerns, answering all of its questions, and reiterated that it was compliant with its guidelines. So, as far as I can tell, now I feel like maybe I'm wrong or don't know what's going on here. The news is that Uniswap has launched a new self-custody mobile wallet on iOS, and they talk about how secure it's going to be on Apple Secure Enclave. However, it is still not on the Apple Store because Apple has not approved it. So this is what exactly am I missing? Also, now hear me out here because I like logic and I need to work through this in my head. Uniswap is meant to be a decentralized exchange. Are we all agreeing on that? It is decentralized. There's meant to be no leader, no head of the dragon, what have you. And the reason for those of you who were not here years ago, the reason for DeFi is not necessarily just to be able to make 19%, more than you would on a course of a year through some other project that you're staking your coins into. The idea of DeFi is to get away from centralized cryptocurrency exchanges. A lot of people and companies right now continue to use DeFi or Web3 as buzzwords that they know that other people don't really understand. The idea is that Web 1 was garbage, Web 2 is where we currently are, and Web 3 is meant to be this next iteration where it's free and open and amazing to everyone, but you still have to go through tons of centralized services. You still have to give your information and your credit card data and your addresses to these companies to be able to use these systems. Now, you might say, well, that's ridiculous because I can use Uniswap without it. But if you've noticed, every single decentralized exchange is trying to incorporate themselves with or partner with Visa, MasterCard. What was the other one? PayPal. And also Apple. And I can only assume Google in some other ways that we simply just don't know about. Oh, and the other one was MetaMask. I told you that a couple of months ago as well. I'm not sure if anyone actually paid attention or if you cared about your data. Where basically there was one, was it Uniswap? I feel like it was PancakeSwap or some other stupid name, who came forward and were talking about how, the world was going to be an amazing, awesome new place with DeFi and Web3 and change your future, become rich, all those other things. And then they said that they had partnered with MetaMask. Was it with PayPal? It was some other company where basically if you wanted to buy cryptocurrencies, you had to, you could use your debit or your credit card. But with that, you'd be giving them your payment information and you have to go through all the KYC procedure to be able to do it. So what's the point of you using a decentralized exchange that has all of your data, which is meant to be the opposite of what it's for, as opposed to just making an account with Kraken or Coinbase? So I would advise you, if you actually care about this, and I know that not a lot of people do. A lot of people, I used to think that people actually cared about not only their money and investing and, being able to retire, but the data that they give away to people and the data that they give to companies who can do with it as they please. So if you are truly into DeFi and Web3, you can use a lot of these platforms simply by themselves. If they ask you for data, that's not decentralized because that information goes to a centralized place. The point of a DeFi platform is for you to be able to use it with no other intermediaries. Anyway, so Uniswap is has created a mobile wallet. It has launched, but it also hasn't launched at the exact same time. So it's a bit of an oxymoron. And yeah, let's move on. Also I don't understand reality anymore, so this is just kind of where we are. Shiba Inu, the meme-inspired cryptocurrency that has been making waves in the crypto world because it's in the news every single day, is set to debut its new WAGMI temple at the upcoming South by Southwest festival. The announcement was made by the official Shiba Inu account on Twitter, much to the excitement of its growing army of supporters. Okay, for those not familiar with the term, WAGMI stands for "We're all gonna make it," a popular phrase among fans of Shiba Inu and the broader cryptocurrency community that represents their belief in the cryptocurrency's potential for growth and success. The WAGMI temple, as described by Shiba Inu, will be a hub for health and wellness within the larger SHIB Metaverse project. Wait, is this digital? Am I missing something? This is going to be a physical tent at South by Southwest, but it's meant to be a larger metaverse. Okay. The SHIB Metaverse is a project that aims to create an immersive Shiba Inu universe for users to explore, benefit from, and interact with. All tokens associated will play an important role, blah, 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 blah. It will have a unique, fun, and exciting way to earn rewards. The multifarious South by Southwest Fiesta, an annual celebration in Austin. Okay. So, and it is going to have an XR experience. Is that extra reality? Are we supposed to know what XR is? Okay, so anyway, Shiba Inu is once again in the news. They're going to have a WAGMI tent or WAGMI temple. I don't know what's supposed to be going on. I'm not sure how much health and wellness you can get by wearing a headset and being inside of a metaverse. Or rather, I simply don't know. I simply can't tell you. There are ways now, 20 years ago, we could have never imagined being able to download a meditation podcast and or meditate with someone on the screen. So, maybe this will be a new kind of experience, but I'm going to move on because I'm lightly cringing, but this will appeal to someone. So if you at any point go to South by Southwest and you see the WAGMI temple, take a photo or take videos and put it on my Twitter so I know what the heck is going on, because I don't think I'm getting it right now. Whoa, WAGMI, that's crazy. That sounds like something that people are going to... All right. I can't think of any other lies. Let's move. I couldn't think of a way to transition out of it. So alas, here we go. WAGMI. Right. Also in the news, Ripple, a leader in blockchain payments, continues to expand its services and partnerships to improve cross-border transacciones. The company has been collaborating with international businesses and governments globally to help faster and more efficient payment services. According to Brooks Entwistle, that is Entwistle, Entwistle. Okay, Brooks Entwistle, Senior Vice President of Customer Services and Managing Director of APAC and MENA at Ripple. The company is allegedly in discussions with over 20 central banks, regarding the development of a central bank digital currency. And Whistle acknowledged that each central bank and country has unique needs. What? That's crazy. Since when? And Ripple is working to provide customized solutions to meet their specific requirements. With over 200 countries in the world, there is significant potential for Ripple to expand its reach and develop innovative solutions for cross-border payments. Ripple has already collaborated with Bhutan and Palau, and more partnerships are expected in the future. It says, while the United States has implemented strict regulations, they have no regulations. That's the problem. There are no cryptocurrency regulations within the United States except for if you buy a piece of cheese at the supermarket, you pay taxes if you use crypto. That's as far as they've gotten. There are no regulations in the U.S. Many other countries have welcomed discussions on the topic. Entwistle mentioned that regulators in Singapore, Tokyo, Switzerland, and United Kingdom, that's really weird that they use Tokyo as the country, are open to dialogue and exchange of ideas. Ripple's in the news every single day. The word's not proud of them. It's more of it's interesting to see that despite all the nonsense that's been thrown their way over the last 5.5 years, they've done pretty well for themselves. We have had indications for a while that they have been working with countries, which even more makes me believe I think people hear things, but they don't really understand it. If I was brand new in the cryptocurrency space, and I heard that there was a company called Ripple, random name, that they were working with multiple countries, and there were multiple countries who were using their cryptocurrency as a form of payment to send remittances around the world, I would assume this coin would be going up every single day. But there's no movement on it. And you can't shut up. Because I know somebody was just like, well, nobody's blah, blah, blah. No. Like, your little, stop. You probably own Solana, so you can't say a gosh darn word. It's just that it's the same exact thing. There's also some news here, I think somewhere, about Ethereum that I think we're also going to get to. And it's like, I think if people actually listen to the news as opposed to waiting for Elon Musk to fart loudly while wearing a Dogecoin t-shirt, we'd be in a whole different headspace within the market. But you can even get news that Ripple, the company, is working with 20 banks. Every single partnership that Ripple has had in the last 2 years, they're all using XRP. Even the ones who are running payment rails on top of it. The actual, what do you call it? It's running on formerly XRapid. I can't remember the latest name. So the transactions are still taking place in XRP, but the finality might be in another local currency. So one day people will pay attention. As of right now, that doesn't seem to be any goal of a lot of people in the cryptocurrency space. We get so much good news and no one pays attention. Some weird, ridiculous bank collapses a week and a half ago and everyone sells off their crypto in a panic. Anyway, that's the Brooks Entwistle, who's the managing APAC and MENA, are those words? At Ripple, says that they're working with over 20 different banks to develop a central bank digital currency. You know what's crazy? They could work with 20 different central banks. They could have every single central bank running a portion of their central bank digital currency on top of the XRP ledger, and people still would not believe in Ripple. Isn't that terrible? That's the Ripple news. And yeah, let's move on. Here's some okay, this is all right. This isn't too bad. The Ethereum blockchain has deployed a feature known as account abstraction, seen as a key enhancement that could make it easier for users to recover crypto if they lose private keys to an online wallet. Yeah, see, that's not too bad. That's a good story. The new standard, formerly known as ERC 4337, was deployed via a smart contract called Entry Point, according to data on the Blockchain Explorer website Etherscan, and confirmed by Yaov Weiss, a senior fellow. It says a security fellow, and I was like, a senior fellow? I was like, no one talks like that. It's not the 1950s. A security fellow at the Ethereum Foundation. The contract has already undergone a full security audit, people with knowledge of the matter told CoinDesk. The Ethereum Foundation, which helps to fund and steward development on the blockchain, is expected to announce a development later Wednesday. Oh, too late. At the ETH Denver conference at WalletCon? Okay. The people with knowledge of the matter said once the announcement is made, several infrastructure providers will announce plans to support ERC-4337 through their services. So this is actually, listen, this is actually kind of great. Of course, none of this made popular news at all. I get it. But the idea of being able to recover lost crypto is like, imagine like finding the toy that you lost as a kid. Like you can literally like, imagine looking behind you and the toy's there. Crypto account recovery, especially for private keys, is not a thing. There are companies you can find. It's so crazy. There's a video on YouTube of this one company who like they will help people try to remember the password to their private keys. I think they charge like 15-20%, which is totally understandable. If I lost $10 million, please take $2 million to help me find the other 8. I get it. But it's so crazy, like the lengths that people, of course, will go through when they lose their money. And a lot of people lost their private keys. A lot of people years and years ago, I don't know why, they found their private keys on their computer. They put it somewhere else. They ended up losing it. They couldn't. It's just absolute nonsense. So the idea of being able to make it easier if you happen to lose your private keys, like private keys are literally everything. They are the keys to your money. So being able to recover them is, everyone should be kind of excited for that. And even on that kind of news, like the fact that Ethereum is the only blockchain that would have something that would allow you to recover your funds and your private keys if you lost it, that deserves a movement up of like at least 3.5%. But of course, no one cares about the really good news. That's the Ethereum ERC-4337, known as account abstraction, apparently is on the blockchain now. So don't lose your money on purpose or your private keys. For those of you who are using a self-custody wallet, please make sure that you have written your recovery phrases down in a place where you can recover them, because logic. That's the Ethereum news. And yeah, let's move on. Next up you guys, thin ice. The Economic and Commerce Development Department of Puerto Rico, known as DDEC, has issued a document in which it defines the rules that blockchain projects must follow to receive tax benefits that the state offers companies. The action seeks to create an atmosphere of certainty and stability for blockchain companies, according to DDEC Secretary Luis Sidre. Isn't that cider? I think it is. Puerto Rico is making moves to attract blockchain companies interested in establishing operations in the U.S. island territory. On the 23rd of February, the Economic and Commerce Development Department of Puerto Rico issued information regarding a letter announcing a regulatory framework to spearhead the attraction of more blockchain companies within the region. They are by far leagues, miles, dare I say kilometers ahead of the country that they are the territory to. Why not give regulation and an atmosphere of certainty and stability so that people go to your country, go to your land? For those of you who are unaware, unless something has changed in the last 6 months, Puerto Rico is one of the very few places on the planet when revolving around cryptocurrencies that has a 0% tax rate. Yes, 0. That is the number below 1. That thing. The letter clarifies the conditions these companies must meet to benefit from tax exemptions via the Puerto Rican... Did I cut myself? No. Exemption code, also known as Act 60. Manuel Sidre, Secretary of the DDEC, explained that with this move, Puerto Rico expects to position itself as part of the most sought-out destinations for blockchain companies. He stated, Through this effort, we seek to be provocative in addressing an emerging technology on which a lot of economic activity is being created around the world, and the island is not and should not be the exception. For those of you who don't know, tons of people have been moving to Puerto Rico from the United States, or you know what I mean, because they have 0% taxes. It is one of the main cryptocurrency hubs that we currently have on the planet. It is incredibly intelligent to make sure that people have extremely low taxes because they will move to your country. And for those of you who don't know, the way that it ends up working out is the extra money that people end up saving in taxes, they usually buy property or other assets. And what happens is that there's a monthly tax on your property, which gets paid to the country. The tax on you actually buying the property, it may be upwards of 12%, which then goes to the country. You don't mind paying the 12% because you had enough money to be able to buy a brand new property. These places are very, very intelligent. It says it's somewhere around here. I don't have time to read out the entire thing, but basically a couple of the other things that they're doing, like they're trying to reestablish or redefine sales and usage tax when it comes to NFTs and cryptos, and if those should be taxed. That's what I said earlier when I was like thin ice, you know. I know that these countries see that people are making millions and tens of millions and low billions of dollars, and they also want a slice of the pie. So it's understandable. A lot of countries are trying to establish rules and regulations and taxations for NFTs, but I think they're going to have a really difficult time because a lot of that happens in different places. So cool. Keep it up. That's how you get the money to go to your countries. This is why we've seen so many other places around the world rapidly establishing cryptocurrency rules and talking about how low the taxes are going to be. And that is, those make dollar signs in your eyes, because you go, by the end of the year, I can have another 50% of my money that I worked for. That's a crazy idea. That's the Puerto Rico is establishing or reestablishing the rules to make sure that people know and have certainty and stability. If only another place could do that. I think I'm asking too much. And yeah, let's move on. Also in the news, the blockchain analytics firm Santiment, Santiment tweeted yesterday that the exchange supply for Ethereum is at its lowest level in nearly 5 years. You heard that correctly. The analytics firm added that ETH has been one of the most prominent assets to be moved into self-custody following the collapse of FTX. In addition, the tweet shared the graphic above, which shows that ETH's supply on cryptocurrency exchanges has fallen below 11% for the first time since June 2018. Of all the Ether that's out there, there are now less than 11% of all the Ether on cryptocurrency exchanges. That means that around 90% of Ether are not on cryptocurrency exchanges. If you get to what I'm alluding to, why hasn't Ether's price moved? Who is making sure that Ether's price stays low? Doesn't it seem weird that we've just been within the $1,600 to $1,700 range for weeks now? If there were only 11% of anything left on anywhere, the price of the asset would begin to move up because people would go, wow, 90% of it is gone. I got to scoop me up some of that. And that 15.99% more of ETH supply has been moved into self-custody since March of 2020. According to the tweet, the shift of ETH supply into self-custody suggests that there is a lower probability of a future sell-off. Yes, nobody wants to sell their Ether. Listen, and I understand that. Oh my gosh. I saw an article about a day or two ago discussing the Shanghai upgrade and people being able to withdraw their Ether and all this other stuff. And they were like, yeah, we're expecting a cascade of Ether to be sold off after. And I'm like, you realize that these people have locked up their Ether for the last 2 years. They're going to be able to receive all the Ether that's literally backed up that they did nothing for. Imagine it's the beginning of 2020. And I tell you, every single day I'm putting money into a bank account for you. that in 2 years, 2.5 years, 3 years, you're going to be able to open and take all the money out of it. Would you then withdraw the principal amount of money that made you all the other money? Or would you simply take that $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 and go, I think I'm going to keep that money in there so I can continue making money for doing nothing? I think a lot of the people who are writing these articles, not the one on the screen, I think a lot of people are annoyed that Ether has made it this far. There's been such a huge amount of effort over the last couple of years to downplay or step on Ethereum, XRP, Cardano, you name it. Like some of the really big coins that have actually been doing things, but even more so in this one, we're talking about Ethereum just because it's number 2 coin for like 95 years. It's Ethereum. So Ethereum is now currently deflationary. It's by the protocol. When more Ether gets locked inside and people are still using it and all the other protocols and where it's locked up and stuff like that, it'll become even more deflationary. The only THEONLY, the only way to create new Ether is by having Ether. Why would you sell off your Ether if you will continue to make free money for the rest of your life? It is literally passive income for as long as cryptocurrencies remain around. Do I think that there's going to be a sell-off when Shanghai activates? Absolutely. Because I understand now, being this age, that a lot of people don't have the mental capacity to think 15 years into the future. I've noticed a lot of people in my life who I've spoken to, they think that today is today and tomorrow is question mark. When you realize that you can set up tomorrow to make tomorrow not a question mark, you can make it a dollar sign. People get confused and they go, well, I don't want to have to think about that. Whatever. I was going to have the whole retirement discussion, but we're not going to even go inside there. The point is, nearly 90% of Ethereum is not on cryptocurrency exchanges. This is making me question why the coin's price is so low. But, I guess that's for another video altogether. So we'll see. We'll see what's going to happen. Psychic powers. I predict about a good 10% of people will sell off their coins thinking that, I made bank, how smart I am. Then they'll realize the only way to get new Ether is by creating new Ether. And then we're going to get the same news that we always get. Whales bought a massive supply of Ether. And those people will be like, oh, snaps. I wish I had never sold off my money-making thing that could have given me and my family money for the rest of our lives. News? I don't know, question mark there. All right. Let's move on. Wait for it. Wait, hold on. Wait. There we go. As always, a very special thank you to my Patreon supporters. American Crypto Academy, Martin Stoyer, Bodie McBoatface, Sam Ratter, Dotha Diddy, Manny Cryptos, Crypto Gambino, Auspicious Agile and Blockchain, Jamie Saad. And let's move on. Empire Queen, Roman Gaba, Bitcoin, Ben Arachno, Dave the Dealer, Zen, Captain Summing, and the Z-Way, Lay, Mobarazzi, VB Nerd 21, Lauren De Silva, Quoted, Biddy, Troy, All Good, Space Case, Need a Miracle, Paternoster, Navarro Williams, Utopia 569, Moonman High, XRP, Nostromo, John Sarsi, Nianima, Rita, Bibliophobia, Adam Graysick, Wise Night Owl, 242 to the World, Bankroll Network, Crypto Artist, Coldly 3D, Setsuna, Paxis, Jim Gardner, Jemmy Fox, Minting Coin, Jester Crypto, Anytime Fitness, Mouse Corner Stab, Bake Me a Cake, Tigger, Macho Nisa, and on Crypto with Lionel. Whew, I did it in 3 breaths. Look at me. Thank you all very, very much for your support. Thank you to everyone who left a like, a comment, has subscribed, or has supported the channel in their own way over the course of the last 6 to 7 years. Yeah. Hope you're all enjoying yourself. Hope life is going okay. I know things can get quite difficult, so as always, make sure you do something fun for yourself today. Thank you all once again for watching, listening, liking, commenting, and or supporting. And I will most certainly be talking to you all soon. See you.